Breaking news, Nicole Kidman files for divorce from Keith Urban after 19 years of marriage. Yes, wow, wow, wow. The power couple, the Australian-American couple, whatever you want to call them, and is blowing off the Richter scale. Yes, absolutely shock everything around the world. That happened only just happened recently in the last few months. But obviously there's all the rumours going around. Was there another woman involved? Was Keith Urban involved with another woman? And Nicole Kidman wanted to stay together. But at the end of the day, friendship conquers all, not love. Yes, that's the story of the moment. You gotta be in love. You gotta have that friendship first before the love if you want a lasting marriage. Simple as that. It's how it's worked over time. The ones that don't have that friendship, it just goes with the wind. Yes, you can have love in an instance and lose in an instant. Simple as that. But friendship is harder to break. Obviously, if you do something absolutely out of this world stupid, then that friendship is broken altogether. But if you don't have that friendship in the first place, gone. But yes, Nicole Kidman, yes, all the news that the two daughters have been staying with her, while Keith Urban is doing his thing in his own house. They've been living separately for the last few months, and potentially because he had another woman. Is it true or not? At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that at the end of the day, well, it does matter if he was cheating. It does matter if he was cheating. Don't get me wrong. If he was cheating, it does matter. But if they broke up and he decided to move on quickly, it just proved that it was a love relationship, not a friendship relationship. Yes, when you go to the bitter ends for each other, that's when you have true love. You do not have true love if it's all about the lovey-dovey parts and you hate the bad parts of the relationship, because everyone has them. Simple as that. There's no perfect relationship out there. Absolutely no doubt about it, there isn't. But it's easy to walk away. It's harder to stay. And well, Nicole Kidman wanted to stay, even though she's had relationships in the past, but to her this was the man. Maybe it's time for the the Jimmy Fallon experimentation to come true. I'm just kidding, yes. Yes, for people that don't know, that Jimmy Fallon liked Nicole Kidman. Well, they both liked each other, but it was a bad date. He didn't even know it was a date, but at the end of the day, but back to the points that I'm talking about here with Keith Urban. So the talk is that Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman was spending too much time apart. Well, let's be damn honest. When two people are big, like one's in the country music scene, they've got to be traveling a lot, and the other one's an actress, entrepreneur. At the end of the day, generally, one has to give it up. 99% of the time, one of them has to give that up if they want the relationship to work. You look at a lot of it doesn't mean the relationship is the greatest. No, it doesn't. But generally, when it's worked out right, one of them has given it up. One might join the other one, so it might be their manager, might be something like that, and then they spend the time together. But when two powerhouse couples get together and they're spending, let's say, 9 months of the year apart, it always ends in disaster. When one's a lower key, you just look at the likes of Matt Damon, you look at Enrique Iglesias. Yeah, I'm just looking at people that have had long relationships with people when they've been two superstars, especially at the time. When you look at the time, especially, that's the best example I can think of, is Enrique Iglesias. He was huge at the time, and Anna Kournikova was the model, the tennis star, absolutely big at the time. She might not have been the greatest player, but she was big in terms of celebrity. Both of them were. Anna Kournikova gave all that up, and they've had the lasting relationship. Does that mean it's right or wrong? Am I saying people are not allowed to have careers? Women not allowed? It's nothing to do with that. The woman can have the career and the man can be the one that doesn't have the bigger career. It works both ways. It's generally when you put two big behemoths, you put two CEOs together, it doesn't work. They've got to come together in some sort of time. It always ends up in failure if you don't. Generally, that's what the case is. What you need to do, someone has to give up a bit of their ego and understand that this is not going to work. We can't. But if they don't, then you end up in Splitsville, where we're at right now. So, yes, in terms of what does it mean for you? I hear all these comments saying, oh, we should never date again. No. It's absolute rubbish. Most of the time, people just, okay, this is what I want to tell you. Now, people say the arranged marriage concept, that the arranged marriages last longer than actual marriages. Well, there's less percentage of arranged marriage. Let's just get that clear. A lot less. But also the fact is that they're too scared to move away and get out of a bad relationship and stay in a bad one for the rest of their lives. There's another concept. So there's two ways around that. There's sometimes a good breakup you need to break up. And then sometimes it's just a matter of you didn't have the friendship in the first place and you shouldn't have got to the marriage stage. Have the friendship first. That's why find things you have common. You don't have to have everything in common. No one does. But have a few things in common that you like to do and express that. And then go to some of the uncommon places and see if you still like the person after that. That's where you start. If you go to places you don't like to go to, say you don't like the opera, but you go to the opera. Or say you don't like fishing, but you go fishing. Just giving you some examples here. And then if you still like the person after that, and believe, you do a lot of things together early on. That's what I believe. Do a lot of things early on. Really understand the beliefs of the person. Do you both align as a people in terms of your beliefs? You can have some differences, but you got to have some key principles in there. If you believe in that, that's what you need to do. But getting back to Nicole Kidman and the likes, it's not the end of the world, folks. Just move on. They'll move on. Life goes on. I know it's big news for people, but at the end of the day, it's just another day in the lives of celebrities breaking up. It's just commonplace in the world of Hollywood. It just happens all the time. Anyway, that's Barry Charles News for this episode. Remember to like and subscribe. If you liked the video, give it leave comments as well, because I will reply to any comments on this channel. Have a great day out there, and I'll see you at the next video.